What if everything we've been told about weight loss, counting every single calorie, spending hours on the treadmill, is just wrong? Today, we're going to dig into a really fascinating idea from nutritionist Debbie Williams. She says the real secret to lasting weight loss has nothing to do with any of that. Instead, it's all about fixing one single organ, your liver.
I mean, listen to that. Your weight problem, it's not a weight problem, it's a clogged liver problem. That's a pretty powerful claim, right? She's basically saying, hey, maybe this isn't your fault in the way you've been led to believe. The root cause, she argues, is a congested or clogged liver. It's an idea that completely flips the script on the whole weight loss conversation.
Okay, so that immediately brings up a question, right? What exactly is a clogged liver? And look, she's not just talking about the obvious stuff, like too much booze or a diet full of junk food. Nope. The argument here goes way deeper, into these unseen things that might be totally overloading our body's main filter without us having a clue.
So let's talk about this unseen overload. What is it? Well, according to this perspective, it's a constant attack of things we probably don't even think twice about.
And here are the main culprits she points to. And again, we're not just talking about burgers and fries here. We're talking about things like heavy metals that could be in our top water, chemicals in our food, and get this, even parasites living in our gut that she says are basically stealing our nutrients.
And if you think that parasite thing sounds a little out there, check this out. She points to a statistic, which she attributes to the CDC, that says 1 in every 3 people could be walking around with parasites and not even know it. 1 in 3. That kind of suggests this whole liver overload problem could be way more common than we realize.
Okay, so we've got this idea of a clogged liver from all these hidden toxins, but how does that actually make us gain weight? Well, this brings us to the core of her argument, what she calls the fat storage cycle.
All right, here's how she breaks it down, step by step. First, your liver just gets overwhelmed. It's working overtime, like a computer with too many tabs open, trying to filter out all those toxins. Because it's so busy, it can't properly metabolize fat anymore. So what does it do? It basically panics and packages up all that unprocessed fat for safekeeping. And where does it store it? Yep, you guessed it, right in the belly, and then it moves to our arms, our thighs, our face. It's almost like a survival mechanism that ends up working against us.
And this all leads to her core philosophy. And it's super simple. Detox first, weight loss second. Her entire argument really hangs on this one idea. You can't even begin to lose weight effectively until you fix the root problem. The idea is, once you clean out the liver, it can finally do its job right. And the weight loss? That just happens naturally.
So the big question is, how do you actually do this? Well, she lays out a really specific 2-week detox plan, and it's all based on using regular, whole foods.
The absolute foundation of this whole plan? Cruciferous vegetables. Things like purple cabbage, broccoli, kale, all that good green stuff. According to her, these are total powerhouses. They apparently help the liver break down extra estrogen and just flush out all the gunk. And she really calls out purple cabbage as a secret weapon in this whole process. Next up, we have asparagus, which she calls the master detoxifier. And why is that? Well, apparently it is absolutely loaded with something called glutathione. This is a super powerful antioxidant that helps the liver actually repair itself and kick out heavy metals. It's a huge part of the morning routine she lays out.
And the daily ritual is super specific. So you'd start your morning with lemon water and a little olive oil to kind of gently flush the liver. Then throughout the day, you're munching on green apples. They have malic acid, which is supposed to help soften up any congestion in the liver. And then to cap it all off, before bed, you have dandelion tea to help release all those toxins while you sleep. All right, so you do this for 2 weeks. What happens then? Well, the claims are pretty incredible, and they go way beyond just the number you see on the scale. Let's start with the big headline number, 15. The claim is a loss of 15 pounds in just 2 weeks. And the wild part? This is supposedly without any crazy dieting or insane workouts, just by focusing on healing the liver. But here's the thing, she really stresses that it's not just about the pounds. The other benefits are just as impressive. We're talking about sleeping all the way through the night, waking up actually feeling energized, your skin clearing up, your hair starting to grow back, that constant belly bloat disappearing, you're feeling nourished, not starving. It's really presented as a complete head-to-toe transformation. So when you boil it all down, you're left with this huge contrast in how to think about weight loss. On one side, you've got the advice we've all heard a million times, just eat less and move more.
But on the other side, you have this totally different way of looking at it. Fix your liver, support your body's detox system, and let the weight loss happen on its own.
And she really doubles down on this at the end, framing it not just as her personal opinion, but as a hard fact. She says, when you want to get healthy, you have to detox first. That is science. I mean, you can really hear the conviction there. It's the bedrock of this whole method.
So, all of this leaves us with a pretty interesting question to think about. We've just walked through an argument that really pushes back against everything we thought we knew. It suggests that maybe the answer isn't about restriction and punishing workouts. Maybe the key is about adding the right foods to help our bodies do what they're naturally designed to do. Could the real secret to all this be hiding in plain sight? Right there in the produce aisle? Something to think about.